Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, March 25th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, we'll be taking a look at MLGO, and just an absolutely monster move on this one today. The talk of the town in the world of at least small cap stocks, and rightfully so. Started off down here, in the fours, and that was after the gap up and has just continued to move and move. So from that angle, not a whole lot can be said because as of right now, as I speak, the price is basically pushing new highs. And that's a good thing to have. That's a good problem to have when the chart is just in blue sky breakout territory, because it's been forever since the price has been up this high. Sure, I can't really point out any levels of resistance per se, just because when you look to the left, there just isn't any other data that suggests potential areas of resistance. But again, that's a good problem when the chart is up at levels that have not been seen for a very long time. Now, as far as supports, this is where things become a little bit more straightforward, because we can point out at least a couple levels that may make sense as support. So let me change this to green for support. So the first area would be, and I'm not saying this will occur, but this breakout point right here at about $10.80, and that's just based on a foundational rule that when levels of resistance are broken, so you can see very clear it was a level of resistance, but when it was broken, that's what sparked down the momentum. They tend to act as support. So right now it's a question of will this do some sort of back test and go? Where it back tests and then goes back up, that still remains to be seen. Nobody knows that moving into the future, but that is still a possibility that will it do some sort of action like that. But if this thing just keeps grinding higher and higher, then you'll just have to sit back and wait for some sort of formation to occur. So maybe the price pulls back and does something like that. Well, at that point, you'd have a pullback, but you'd also have this upwards movement here. So then you could be talking about, all right, now we have a bull flag pattern. But like I said, that's also just kind of skeptical because you got to just let the thing kind of chill out a little bit. But from a trading standpoint, the ingredients are there. Great volume, great volatility. So let's see how this one goes on Tuesday. Next one here, TSLL. Talked about this one on Friday and how the price was starting to show some signs of strength as it moved itself higher and higher. And then today just got that much more of an explosive move. The majority of the gains came during this part of the day. But what I found impressive and just a sign of strength in and of itself, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while, but I'm sure you've seen stocks that, yeah, sure, they make a great move, and then all of a sudden the movement eventually just gives back all those gains. But that has not happened here. Sure, maybe it got a little bit boring because it didn't quite get as explosive, but I mean, it leveled off and is maintaining that entire movement right there. So just the fact that it's maintaining those gains, a good sign. So I'll get rid of those levels down there as they've served their purpose for now. And moving forward, the ideal level, I'm going to say, Clay, what would make this chart look the strongest moving forward? And that would be if the price could stay up there above $10.35. So keep an eye on that area as support. In terms of next potential areas of resistance and battlegrounds, got to go back quite a ways into the chart's history to figure out where some of these next battleground points are. But the next key overarching level, right up there at around $11.50. But anyway, look at it, like I said, big move up, maintain the gains. Let's see if the momentum continues into Tuesday. Next one, XHLD. Very nice move. Now, this one's a little tricky to talk about from a presentation standpoint because it's all about perspective. If you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart's looking rough because from those highs, there has been a pullback. But assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with a pullback, price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, and that's what it's all about. And that's also where the first update comes into play, which is based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And I'm not saying this will occur, but just for explanation's sake, even if the price were to come down there and behave like that before curling back upwards, emphasis here on big picture. But from the big picture, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there, you'd have lows there, you'd have lows there, you'd have lows down here. And if you envision each of those as stair steps, well, overall, big picture-wise, you still have stair steps very clearly moving in the upward direction. Again, I understand if you're a day trader that bought right there, you don't care about these stair steps, but that's why I'm trying to distinguish between somebody that's a day trader and somebody that cares about the bigger picture point of view. So sure, it pulled back from the highs, but from a bigger picture standpoint, price still has plenty of opportunity to build those higher bases. In terms of near-term areas of resistance, that right there is an interesting level. Whoops. There we go. So keep an eye on that level right there. But all in all, like I said, big picture-wise, very nice looking uptrend. Next one, IMTE, and very, very impressive late day action here. Started off the day strong with the gap up, but then pulled back and things got a little shaky. But then this afternoon, like I said, the price came to life, and now we have ourselves a good solid pattern here. So let's get this pattern drawn into play. Top part of the pattern, we have our area of resistance right there. And then bottom part of the pattern, we have this pullback. Let me move that down a little bit more. There we go. Change that to green to represent support. And then maybe just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all one color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big explosion this afternoon, and now we're looking at a bull flag pattern. Now, just because something's in a bullish pattern does not mean for sure or guaranteed it's going to go up. But would it be shocking? Would it, just kind of come out of nowhere and everybody, just be completely shocked by it if the price were to consolidate out, come up there, get a break, and then have that break create additional buying pressure? Again, not guaranteed to happen, but I don't think that would cause anybody any sort of shock. But if you like this price range down below $5, you like bull flags, keep an eye on it. Next one, Nvda, and this will mean more to those of you that have watched your past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me talking about that resistance line right there. So that's where the first very bullish part of today comes from, because the price was able to get up through there, got the breakout, and is now knocking at the door of this overall sideways channel. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that as it served its purpose for now, and then just squeeze things down to see that, yes, overall, bigger picture-wise, there is a sideways channel here that's just been fluctuating back and forth. And that is right now, right where the price is currently stuck at. And the top of it, right up there at, let's just call it $121.90. So good. Like I said, it's very bullish that the price recovered, got through that breakout. But from an overarching standpoint, the price is still technically stuck. That's a mouthful. At the top part of the channel. But moving forward, if the price is able to start to create some separation to the upside, get up above 121.90, that would certainly be a good thing and a good sign of overall bullishness. But like I said, good way to start off the week, knocking on the door of this sideways channel, but let's see if the price can start to get some separation to the upside. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering later on in the week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down below in the description area you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage there you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, looking at TSLA Tesla. And again, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me talking about this overall pattern here and this stubborn area of resistance. Got the break up through it very nicely on Friday, but then you can see it bumped its head right at that pink line there, the 200 period moving average. But then today is where the true follow through came, and just a very, very nice move here for Tesla. And you got to think that shorts are starting to feel it here. And, I could see this getting more momentum just because shorts begin to get squeezed. Maybe those that chase it down here a little too low. But go ahead, get rid of those lines for now. And we'll zoom in here. In the near term, in terms of what would make this chart look the healthiest and strongest moving forward, that would be if the price can maintain here above the 267 mark. But from the big picture standpoint, as long as the price stays above the purple line here, the 50 period moving average, that is what matters most. Keyword there being moved, because I get it. Purple line's way down here, that the price is way up there. But as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So it's basically like a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. So as long as the price stays above the trend line, then from an overall standpoint, the bulls are still fully in control. And then in terms of areas of resistance, got to squeeze things down here. Good problem to have when you have to go back this far into the chart's history, because it's been a while since the price has been this high. But next key area and battleground to keep a close eye on right there around $280. But anyway, look at it. Very nice pattern breakout for Tesla. Great way to start the new week. Next one, PLTR, and same general idea here. A lot of resistance levels broken today. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. That was a support. But you can see this level of resistance broken, and even this one was broken. But I'm going to use that as that first key level of support based on the rule, as I've said, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So yes, 93.60 would be that ideal level. That'd be the area that if the price stays above there, that's certainly going to make the chart look the strongest. But as I just talked about from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that purple line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then overall the bulls are still doing just fine and are perfectly healthy. As far as next potential battlegrounds are concerned, in the very near term, key level to watch right now, going to be right there at the 97.30 mark. You can see on several occasions today already. Rejected, and then a couple more times rejected right here. But if the price can push up through there, then next key area of resistance after that, as you're seeing here, Been quite a while since the price been up this high, but next level after that would be this gap close location up around $100.25. But like Tesla, very, very nice start to the week. Next one, Qbts, and at this point, it's looking like we have now officially entered into a sideways channel pattern. Although the one adjustment I'm going to make now that we have more data is it's looking like the bottom part of this sideways channel is more accurately represented right up here around $8, and we'll call it 20 cents. And no need to overcomplicate it. That's basically what has now happened the past couple of days. We have the top part of the channel, that resistance right there at, we'll call it $9.45. And then as I already pointed out, we have the bottom part of the channel right down here, right around $8.25. So from an overall standpoint, it's just a question mark of who is ultimately going to win this battle as it goes back and forth. Do the bulls win with a break to the upside? Do the bears win with a break to the downside? You know, that's the big story. Now, if you're a trader, there's still plenty of opportunity. I'm not saying that there's zero opportunity, because for day traders and scalpers, yeah, the thing can bounce around within this sideways channel, and somebody could take multiple trades within that. But just taking a step back and looking at things from the general standpoint, I think Qbts is pretty straightforward at this point. 30-minute time frame, sideways channel pattern, top of the channel resistance, 945, bottom of the channel support, 825. Next one here, Smci, which was a little goofy because if I were to be forced to guess, I would assume that this thing would be looking at a very nice breakout. I mean, we had Nvda, we had Tesla, we had, what was the other one? Pltr. But then this, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like it had a bad day, but this one is still actually struggling with this area of resistance right here. Again, think back to all those other ones and how those ones had broken through the areas of resistance. But this one is still just struggling right here around $42.60. And if you go back through the history of things, you can see, generally speaking, I mean, it was a false breakout right there. Like I said, a little bit of a miniature false breakout. And then we have a, a little bit small false breakout right there, immediate rejection. Even today, little small false breakouts. But this one, for some reason, $42.60, very, very stubborn. So SMCI, I would definitely say, is certainly weaker compared to a lot of these other tech stocks out there. Again, that doesn't mean that it had a bad day today, but as I said, those other ones were breaking through levels of resistance, and this one is still struggling. So yeah, SMCI, 42.60, definitely going to be that public enemy number one moving forward. And if the price can't break through there, does that generate more pressure, more upside momentum? We'll see what happens. Next one here, Mstu, and very, very nice move today. I've tracked this one quite a while, sort of lost track of it and didn't, haven't been tracking it every single day. But again, going back to what makes SMCI look a little weak, look at this one. Very, very nice break, putting in new highs, good solid momentum. And even as I speak right now, it's knocking on the door of even new highs for the day. So yes, very, very nice movement here. And then we have just one of these situations where, ideally speaking, what would make this chart look the strongest? That would certainly be if the price can stay up above the $7.10 mark. But as I've said on a couple of these other ones, from the overarching standpoint, just locate that 50-period moving average. And as that line moves higher and higher, as long as the price stays above that line, then as far as I'm concerned, the bulls are still in overall health, overall control of the current breakout and current movement. What about next potential battlegrounds? Again, got to go back to the chart's history. Good problem to have. I know it's harder to see here, but that's good. That just shows that it's been a long time since the price been up this high. So there we go. Next key level to watch, or is that where it's knocking on the door? I think that's where it's knocking on the door, right here at 765. So going back through the history of things, you can see 765 was a problem point right there. And I'm not quite sure if it's there or not. Let's zoom back in. So not quite. It's very close, but yeah, 765, that'll definitely be public enemy number one moving into Tuesday. But the good news is the price does not have to travel very far at all to do battle with it. So that still doesn't guarantee that it's going to be broken or anything, but it's more than reasonable to think that that level could be broken when, again, it's not like it's got to travel a great distance to do battle. But all in all, very good start here to the week for MSTU. So that wraps up the top 10 stocks. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can and should be used, and definitely get signed up for the free live class. Like I said, that it'll be this later this week, and I've lost track of my cursor. There we go. Be this week, Thursday, March 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And then as far as the top 10 videos are concerned, as always, if you enjoy these, hit that like button. And if you're looking for a free and easy way to support the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as that one little click really does help out. And it's a great way, like I said, to help support the channel. So thanks for watching. Take care, and make sure you get signed up for the free class.